Our next guest, our final guest for the day on Tuesday, you ought to know who's coming up. Mike Harrell from Harrell Automotive is back with us on the blue couches. Hi, Mike.
Hello, hello.
No dog today.
No dog today.
Oh, jeez.
They wanted to stay in the AC.
Yeah,
bet they
I don't blame him.
Well, welcome. Nice to have you. Nice to see you.
Always nice to be here.
We've got a great question, and there's a lot going on with it, so we'll just get right into it. I'm a proud owner of a new boat. It's on a trailer, and I would like to tow it with my Honda Pilot. Now, my Pilot can tow up to 5,000 pounds. The boat weighs 4,500 pounds. Will it be an issue if I tow it on a long trip of at least 200 miles? Lots of figures here for you to consider, Mike. Is there anything I should do before my trip or even while I'm towing to handle the boat better? This coming to us today from Robert.
Okay, well, let's do some quick math. Really, when you're towing anything, you want to stay within 10% of, you want to stay under 10% of your towing capacity. So within that 10%, so if you're 5,000 pounds, you want to tow up to about 4,500 pounds with your vehicle. So by that number, it seems okay-ish. There's a few things that I want to toss in there, right? And we can think about tossing things into our vessel. That boat is going to have some extra weight on it. One, we have to make sure that the weight you're taking offline accounts for your trailer, because that is also part of the towing package. Plus any fuel or water or coolers or soda or ice or gear, fishing lures, weights, tackle boxes, life preservers, all of the stuff that you need on the boat to go out and have a good time also adds to that weight that you're towing that doesn't get counted for when you're looking at how much your boat weighs dry.
Right.
So when you're towing that close to your capacity, I'd be really careful because there's a few things that can happen. There's an added element of risk when you're towing anything with a vehicle. But when you're towing something with a lightweight vehicle, such as a Honda Pilot, which is probably only about 5,000 pounds itself, it can certainly get out of control real fast, right? And potentially have a hard time stopping, maybe even on a decline on a hill. So those are things that I would worry about towing something that heavy with something that lightweight. Not that a Honda Pilot is super lightweight, because it's one of the bigger SUVs that we have, but you're getting really close to its max capacity there.
Yeah.
And could it do damage to the Honda Pilot itself?
So the added wear and tear on using a light duty vehicle to tow such a heavy weight is going to be there. So there's going to be more maintenance that's going to be required. Your fluid change intervals are going to be decreased. The mileage between them is going to be less. Plus the wear and tear on some other components like your brakes, your suspension components, or even your steering components.
Yeah.
They can wear out prematurely because you're asking it to do more than it was designed to hold.
And I'm thinking too about the unknowns of this long trip. I mean, it could be inclement weather, it could be high winds, it could be rain, which would add to the difficulty of driving and hauling.
Exactly. So anytime we're hauling, we want to, number one, good job for recognizing that there is an added element of risk. But I think you might be better suited towing it with something a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of folks are thinking about that as they're getting ready for the vacation, or even maybe just getting ready to put the boat in the water for the weekend.
Yeah.
Lots of, I guess I never really thought of that. How are you gonna get it in? So, okay.
Stopping is as important as going, and we have to recognize that as our brakes do heat up, they tend to fade a little bit, especially when we have more weight than they're designed to hold.
Yeah.
Now, a trailer on a boat that big probably has some sort of brakes to help slow down the weight on the trailer, but that's only a help as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe keep the towing with that vehicle to a much shorter distance, like right around here, but probably avoid the longer trips with that vehicle.
Perhaps, or you could have your boat weighed as well. There's several weigh stations around town that you could put the gear that you want in your vessel when you're going out, and then take it to...
and you know for sure.
Yeah.
And you said 10% is the figure that you're looking at.
You want to stay outside of that 10% window. So if you're 5,000 pounds, you're only towing up to about 4,500 pounds.
Okay.
You don't want to ever hit that max capacity.
Great advice and very timely this time of year. Thanks, Mike.
Definitely.
Everybody's getting out this weekend.
Yes,
I hope
they
it's going to
are.
be great weather.
Yeah,
Thanks,
great
Mike.
to see you, and happy 4th to you.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll be right back.